Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Baden and New Hamburg Water and Wastewater System Servicing Review Virtual Public Consultation Center Number 2, or PCC. The purpose of this PCC is to provide an overview of the project, provide an update on the study since the first public consultation center, and present the preliminary water and wastewater servicing alternatives under consideration for the communities of Baden, New Hamburg, and Foxboro Green. This virtual public consultation center provides you with an opportunity to learn about and get involved in the project and aims to answer any questions you may have. A PDF of this presentation, including this transcript and additional information on the project, is available on the Region of Waterloo's website if you would like to review it in more detail. A link to the website is provided in the video description below. We encourage you to review the information and contact a member of the project team by phone or email or through the project comment sheet available on the Region's website if you have any questions or would like to provide your thoughts to the project team. Contact information is provided at the end of this presentation and on the Region of Waterloo's website. Comments received during this study will be used to identify a recommended approach for current and future water and wastewater infrastructure needs for the communities of Baden, New Hamburg, and Foxboro Green. To better understand the project, we ask the following 3 questions. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And what does it mean to you? To answer the first question, we are assessing the current water supply and wastewater treatment systems that serve the communities of Baden and New Hamburg. This study will look to assess infrastructure needs for future growth approved under the region's official plan and consider any outcomes from the new regional official plan review currently underway. This study excludes the local water main and sewer extensions, which are the responsibility of Wilmot Township. Why are we doing it? We are taking steps now to ensure we are ready to meet the future needs of Baden and New Hamburg through examination of the region's infrastructure. We will also explore any opportunities for the Foxboro Green community. Now, what does it mean to you? Current and future needs may require the construction of new water supply and wastewater infrastructure, or upgrades to existing facilities which may also need land acquisition. This is your opportunity to get involved in the planning process. The Municipal Class Environmental Assessment, or EA process, is a 5-phase planning process that is approved under the Ontario Environmental Assessment Act. All municipalities in Ontario are required to complete a Municipal Class EA when planning infrastructure projects. This Municipal Servicing Review will be completed to satisfy the first 2 phases of the Municipal Class EA process for projects which will be identified throughout the study. These steps include identifying the problem or opportunity, developing and evaluating alternative solutions, and identifying and presenting the preferred solution and potential environmental impacts and proposed mitigation measures. We are currently in Phase 2A of the study. Following the confirmation of the preferred solution, after the 3rd Public Consultation Center, and the presentation of potential environmental impacts and proposed mitigation measures, a project file report will be prepared to summarize the decision-making process for the public and stakeholders. A 30-day review period will be provided for the public and stakeholders to review and comment on the report. The study area for Baden and New Hamburg Water and Wastewater System Servicing Review includes the communities of New Hamburg, Baden, and Foxboro Green, as illustrated by the map on the slide. The communities of Baden and New Hamburg are currently serviced by a 2-tier water and wastewater system by Wilmot Township and the region. This system servicing review will assess the region's portion of the current water and wastewater systems that serve the study area. The review of the current and future infrastructure needs within the community will be based on the following: the region's 2011 Master Plan Update, the 2015 Regional Official Plan, and considerations for any outcomes from the new Official Plan review currently underway, the Township of Wilmot's 2019 Official Plan, the recommendations from the region's 2018 Wastewater Treatment Master Plan, and current development applications. This study considers alternatives for the region's assets under three main categories. 1. Water supply, 2. Wastewater, and 3. Foxboro Green. The region is working with the township to develop alternatives. The following map provides an overview of the existing water system that services the communities of Baden, New Hamburg, and Foxboro Green. The region's water infrastructure is shown in blue and yellow. Existing conditions of the water supply system are as follows. The New Hamburg and K50 wells provide sufficient water supply capacity under existing and future conditions. However, reliance on the K50 wells is an issue if they are offline for any reason, as they supply a majority of the future water supply needs. Water storage is sufficient for existing conditions, but under future conditions, additional storage is required of approximately 4,000 cubic meters. As for the community of Foxboro Green, it is currently supplied by a water treatment plant. However, the plant's assets are aging, which demonstrates high operation and maintenance costs. Taking these existing conditions into consideration, the intent of this EA with regard to water supply is to address the following key issues: water supply redundancy and water storage. The following alternative solutions have been developed to address the key issues identified for water supply. With regard to water supply redundancy, there are two identified alternatives. Alternative 1, do nothing, and Alternative 2, actuated valve at Shingleton, which allows water to reverse flow under emergency conditions. This alternative is being examined under another study. With regard to future water storage, there are 5 identified alternatives. Alternative 1, do nothing. Alternative 2, provide increased storage at the New Hamburg water treatment plant. Alternative 3, provide new storage at the Baden well site. Alternative 4, provide new storage at the Shingleton K50 well site. And Alternative 5 is a combination of any of the above. The first alternative water storage solution involves doing nothing. This alternative does not include any upgrades and would not meet the overall intent of the study, but is used for comparison purposes. The second alternative water storage solution involves increasing the existing underground concrete storage at the New Hamburg water treatment plant. Considerations for this solution are as follows. This increase in storage would help to accommodate future demand peaks. This solution would, however, require increased flow from Baden to allow refill of the New Hamburg water treatment plant reservoir during high demand periods. There are possible site and land limitations related to this solution. The third alternative water storage solution includes creating a new underground concrete reservoir and pump station at the former Baden well site to be fed by the K50 wells. Consideration for this solution are as follows. This option presents an opportunity to reuse the Baden well property. This solution also provides ability to supplement water supply from the Baden elevated tank during periods of high demand. This solution would, however, require repumping of water with a new pumping station and would not be energy efficient. There are also possible land and site limitations related to this solution. The fourth alternative water storage solution includes a new underground concrete reservoir at the Shingleton K50 well site. Considerations for this solution are as follows. This solution would supplement the Baden elevated tank during periods of high demand and allows for possible alignment with future manganese treatment and storage requirements. A new pumping station would be required as part of this solution. There are possible site and land limitations related to this solution, and additional area is required to accommodate the new underground concrete reservoir. This solution does, however, provide potential for linkage with the Mannheim well supply. The following map provides an overview of the existing wastewater system that serves the communities of Baden, New Hamburg, and Foxboro Green. The region's wastewater infrastructure is shown in blue, purple, and yellow. Existing conditions of the wastewater supply system are as follows. The New Hamburg Wastewater Treatment Plant has sufficient capacity for the study area. The Morningside Pumping Station is also sufficient for existing conditions. As for the Baden Pumping Station and associated force mains, these assets are under capacity for future growth demands within the study area. The Foxboro Wastewater Treatment Plant has sufficient capacity, but requires optimization. Taking these existing conditions into consideration, the intent of this EA is to address the following key issues: future pumping station and force main capacity. The following alternative solutions have been developed to address the key issues identified for wastewater collection. Regarding future pumping station and force main capacity solutions, 4 alternatives have been identified. Alternative 1, do nothing. Alternative 2, upgrade system and maintain existing configuration. Alternative 3, upgrade system and convey directly to the Morningside pump station. Alternative 4, upgrade system and convey directly to the New Hamburg Wastewater Treatment Plant. The first alternative wastewater solution involves doing nothing. This alternative does not include any upgrades and would not meet the overall intent of the study, but is used for comparison purposes. The second alternative wastewater solution involves upgrading the system and maintaining the existing configuration. This alternative includes upgrades to the Baden pumping station, a new force main from Baden pumping station connecting to Morningside trunk sewer, upgrades to the Morningside trunk sewer, upgrades to the Morningside pumping station, and upgrades to the force main from the Morningside pumping station to the New Hamburg Wastewater Treatment Plant. The area for potential force main routing on this slide is shown shaded in yellow. The force mains would be placed in existing road allowance or easement. However, there are multiple potential paths that the force mains could follow. Shown on the slide is just one possible example of the connection. The third alternative wastewater solution involves upgrading the system and conveying directly to the Morningside pump station. This alternative includes upgrades to the Baden pumping station, a new force main bypassing the Morningside trunk sewer and connecting directly to the Morningside pumping station, upgrades to the Morningside pumping station, and upgrades to the force main from the Morningside pumping station to the New Hamburg Wastewater Treatment Plant. The area for potential force main routing is shown shaded in yellow on this slide. Similar to the previous alternative, the force main would be constructed within the yellow shaded area within existing municipal road allowances, right-of-ways, or easements. Shown is just one possible example of the future connection. The fourth alternative wastewater solution involves upgrading the system and conveying directly to the New Hamburg Wastewater Treatment Plant. This alternative includes upgrades to the Baden pumping station and a new force main bypassing the Morningside pumping station and connecting directly to the New Hamburg Wastewater Treatment Plant. The area for potential force main routing on this slide is shown shaded in yellow. Similar to previous alternatives, the force main would be constructed within the yellow shaded area within existing municipal road allowances, right-of-ways, or easements. Shown on the slide is just one possible example of the future connection. The Foxboro Green community is supplied by a system of wells and a treatment plant, while the wastewater services is provided by a wastewater treatment plant. The capacity is adequate, but the region has identified major infrastructure upgrades and replacements in the near future due to asset age and improvement needs. Therefore, now is a good opportunity to review the future servicing for Foxboro Green. The following alternative solutions have been developed to address the key issues identified for water supply and wastewater servicing needs. Alternative 1, do nothing and carry out necessary upgrades. Alternative 2, provide connection to the existing Baden sewer and water supply system using existing road allowances. Alternative 3, provide connection to the existing Baden sewer and water supply system using a direct route. Alternative 4, Provide connection to the existing New Hamburg sewer and water supply system using existing road allowances. The first alternative involves doing nothing. Under this alternative, Foxboro Green would continue to utilize their existing wastewater and water treatment systems. In the immediate future, the region has identified the need for extensive asset upgrades and/or replacements to the supply wells, water treatment plant, as well as optimization improvements to the wastewater treatment plant. Under the second alternative, Foxboro Green would be connected to the Baden sewer and wastewater supply system. The routing of the sewer and water main connections would follow existing road allowances. The area for potential routing is shaded in yellow, and shown is one possible example of the connection. Under the third alternative, Foxboro Green would be connected to the Baden sewer and water supply system by a more direct route. The routing of the sewer and water main connections could be within the corridors across new development lands under future roads. Alternatively, a separate route using easements is a consideration. The area for potential routing is shaded in yellow. Shown is one possible example of the connection. Under the fourth alternative, Foxboro Green would be connected to the New Hamburg sewer and water supply system. The routing of the sewer and water main connection would follow existing road allowances. The area for potential routing is shaded in yellow, and shown is one possible example of the future connection. Following this PCC, the project team will review input on the information presented. We will continue with our environmental investigations and assessment of alternative solutions for water and wastewater servicing, including potential new facility and force main locations. The project team will identify preferred alternatives and will develop and evaluate the design of the preferred alternatives. This evaluation and the preferred alternatives will be presented at our third PCC for public and stakeholder review and comment. Feedback received as part of the PCC number 3 will be used to prepare the servicing report, otherwise known as the project file report. The report will be published for 30 days to allow for public review before going before Regional Council. We thank you for your participation in the Baden and New Hamburg Water and Wastewater System Servicing Review Virtual Public Consultation Center number 2. We are midway through the project and look forward to hearing from you. Do you have questions, feedback, comments, or want to stay up to date on what's being evaluated as part of this project? There are many ways to get in touch with the project team. You can fill out a comment sheet available on the region's website and return via mail or email to a member of the project team. Or you can contact a project team member directly by email, telephone, or mail at the addresses listed. As a reminder, more information, including copies of project notices and public consultation center materials like a transcript of this virtual presentation, can be found at www.regionofwaterloo.ca/water projects.